Welcome to another interesting success story. As you guys know, I have a playlist here on my YouTube channel where I share stories from different guys out there who have been successful. So after you have watched today's video, make sure to check out the other stories as well to keep you inspired. There will be a link to the playlist in the comment section below. And so, let today's story begin. NoFap is not easy. It took me 1.5 years before I stopped relapsing, but today it is 180 days since my last relapse, and I want to share what I wrote down during my journey and the benefits I started to see when I finally got the ball rolling. Week 1. My first week is done. So far so good. Some mood swings and irritability. Me and my girlfriend have agreed to not do it for at least 90 days. This is because I have decided to do NoFap hard mode in order to really give my brain a break from all the pee I have been relapsing to lately and try to reboot my brain once and for all. Our love life has been pretty much non-existent for the last couple of years due to me being so desensitized by all the sick stuff I watched. It's a miracle my girlfriend has not left me, and I need to get this handled now. I'm behaving like a child, and not only am I destroying my own life but hers as well. Week 3. I have been close to relapsing several times during this week. I decided to limit my internet use to prevent this, and I started reading books instead of wasting my time on social media. I have a hard time focusing when reading, but I can already tell it will help me. Weeks 4 to 7. This period was not fun. Had many fights with my girlfriend. Extremely irritable. Have increased my reading time. I am now spending more time with my books than I do on the internet. At least that feels kind of good. Week 8. I have reached 2 months clean, and this is my record. I feel kind of proud about that, but at the same time I'm also feeling like a loser for it taking me more than 18 months to get here. My morning woods are non-existent. Then again, I never really had a lot of them the last maybe 2 to 3 years. Week 14. I didn't write anything down for several weeks because my journal was on Google Drive, and I have spent the last couple of weeks totally off the internet. My reading has become easier and I have started to enjoy it. I read both self-help stuff as well as fiction. Self-help one day and fiction every other day. Still flatlining, but I feel more connected to my girlfriend. I think she noticed it as well. Week 16. Something has happened with my emotions. I wasn't even aware of it, but now thinking back, I notice I used to be kind of flat. Now I can feel immense sadness, but also periods of intense joy. It's kind of like when I was a kid, and I often find myself getting excited about things again. I used to not care about upcoming events and things like that, but now I often look forward to them. Week 20. I made love with my girlfriend yesterday, after 5 months of rebooting. First, nothing happened down there and I freaked out, so we decided to just cuddle instead. But after a few minutes of that, it started working. I don't want to describe this as I feel uncomfortable doing so, but it was amazing. I did not even know such intense pleasure was possible achieving without drugs. Week 26. It has now been 6 months since my last relapse, and I'm very proud of myself. I feel so good, and I believe there are many reasons for that. The biggest is of course me overcoming my addiction, and that making me more connected to my girlfriend. I now have stronger feelings for her than I ever did before. Another reason is the increased energy, motivation and confidence I have gained. It's amazing. It's not an overstatement to say that I now get 3 times the amount of work done in a day. Lastly, I think limiting my internet use has been tremendously helpful for me. Of course I still use it, but I'm not wasting my time on there like I used to. I think reading real books is much healthier for the brain, and I'm going to keep doing that. Okay, and so there ends today's NoFap success story. Wow, he really managed to turn his life around. Notice how he said his emotions came back to life. This is a common thing we see with guys who overcome their addiction. You see, when they are no longer hammering their reward system with the super stimulating adult sites, the brain starts functioning like it's meant to be. I also want to point out that he drastically limited his internet use and started reading books, which is a very good idea. Now, this is something I have been talking a lot about in my videos. You cannot spend every evening in front of your laptop, aimlessly drifting around on the internet if you are addicted to adult sites, because sooner or later you will relapse. Well, I guess you can. Many people have done it, but it will certainly make your reboot much more difficult if you do that. Alright, check out the other success stories as well. You can see the playlist with all the stories on the screen right here. Just click on that and it'll take you there. This is Scandinavian Bob signing out for today. Consider subscribing for more stories, and remember, as Winston Churchill used to say, if you're going through hell, keep going.